easy. Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders. can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. Request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. Captain Hawthorne used to be more dashing. The woolly milk has coagulated into woolly curds again, Captain. I so enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died. Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? It's been scientifically proven that those with more birthdays live longer. Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. I have lots of minutes, many minutes, unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. Traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapon system? I shall happily comply with your order, just as soon as we have a laser weapon system. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course, what part of the colony would you like to discuss? We are cleared to dock with the groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it. Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am... Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Stay safe out there.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to ground.
That's not the point. This happened. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want to truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a spacer's chosen man, though. So when the chosen beat my rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You and I never saw each other.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a weird bird, all told. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering. Happy to help. That's my job, after all. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. Be seeing you.
Move along.
I picked up this weird...
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisements. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Carry on. I don't have time for this.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider or a hard life. Rizzo's purple berry crunch.
You keep that pistol holstered while you're here.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the promenade holds our economy Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. Well, our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen, she freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape Of course, most of our supplies come in. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the...
Move along.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a... Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Do you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the... Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called... You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be... The more we got the corpse fighting each other, the less time they got... Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker. You'll find her fretting in engineering. Yes. Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal shouldn't be too... Want a charming copper kettle off that girl...
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
This is Halcyon News.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many He was my dearest friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Ah, that's just like him. Such a Tell me. No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's... Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a mad... Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. That's... Well, that's just... Oh, I'm sorry. This is... It's personal business, I'm afraid. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells. It's fine, really. Now, if you've nothing else. What? Indeed. An apprehension of this caliber would be tremendous for... Just a teensy one, the teensiest. Nothing to, lie awake worrying about for night. The thing is, I needed money. A lot. I might have pawned my official board seal to... It's only temporary, of course. So you'll need to get my seal back from her. Though it might surprise you. There's no call for that kind of... No, I should apologize. I can't help. I can't grant you access to Byzantium without it. I absolutely would not. Gladys intends to sell it to the highest bidder. And if I refuse, she'll have those goons. A spicy little pickle entirely of my... Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm certain Gladys can be made. I'll be waiting eagerly for your return. Be my guest. Oh, good law. Who'd want to go to that toxic hell?
No. Emphatically no. Best to be clear.
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on... I have few complaints.
Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My... Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the deplorable conduct. My superior... Oh, you've noticed my friends. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about it. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yeah. A luxury stateroom. Good law, of course. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate ask away.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report inside board embassy.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess, but it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times... Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online... Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. You stumbled into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business, then it's time to light up the grill. No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get 'em, boys!
You trying to get us all in trouble? What do you think you're doing?
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
What seems to be the problem? Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane... We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only... Take care.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. Depends. What are you planning to do with it? Something as hard to come by as an official board seal doesn't fall into a girl's lap every day, my dear. You got a good heart, wanting to do this for him. Frankly, I'm tired of Udom's whining. How's a woman supposed to read her new missives when her incoming... Suit yourself. Yes, dear. You could always try your hand at landing in Cascadia if you're in... Pick your poison. Marauders, wild beast. Landing pad on Monarch. You don't need it, but it's also kilometers away from Stellar Bay. might be best to, yes. Suit your... What do you want? That's right, dearie. The only independent station... Though for how long, I can't... The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its... They've always got one scheme or another running, looking... But it won't work. No, sir. Ground... Go right... Groundbreaker's radiators. But Miss Junley's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board can't abide a community. They've always got one scheme or another running, but it won't work. Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of... Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of... Because that's what the board tell... I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look... Those board folk are real prideful-like. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole... That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts. Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chat. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch. But who knows it? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find... If you're here for this week's... Anytime. It's almost time. Anytime.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this your room? I'll just move.
You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Hey there! You noticed. What can I say? We're passionate folk. All their interstellar freighters come... Folks around here will bluster that the board... It's a delicate balance, right? They got assault cruisers. We push them too hard. Maybe they just... Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? My car.
Hey, you got a second? Guess not.
Oh, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain. Make yourself at home, Captain. Welcome back, Captain. How can... Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Take care. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain. Good luck, Captain.
Clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 Warning. Passing obstruction. Organic materials detected on roadway. Please ensure mechanisms are free of reversal. Delays in loading due to commerce obstruction will be deducted from all staff pay.
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts. Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. What do you think? I'm the landing pad guard. I was standing out on the fucking tarmac. Hell of a job until all this. Anything else? Distress call from here? Shit. Got me. I just do what I'm Oh, before I forget. And
outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this. Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supply? Oh, well. No, they got the carpet in here. Oh, you're still here, if you haven't already. No, they got the carpet in here. It's just a matter. What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense. Why, yes. No, well, I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander... Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on... Blast! From the bottom of the lab to the top of the hill.
I don't think you're supposed to be wandering around. Security, want to treat yourself before you go? I don't really know you. Roseway's supposed to be closed off to visit. Then again, there's nothing in my contract that said... Sure, not like I... Can't say I do. Any Clio products satisfy all of our nutrition. These days, we don't get much in the way of variety. Maybe some... I hear it's like that all over the colony. I'm so glad you asked. Some people say the name refers to the seven... Truth is, we've been established, closed down, renamed. Corporate's still deliberating over a new name. Technically, I'm not in business at all. Roseway closed down years... Of course, if something goes wrong, like one of our guards drinking him... Sure, you need something to clean...
I told you, you're staying put.
You're not listening. We can stop this.
Only thing stopping them beasts is high caliber kinetics.
Security, but... adjacent unit.
The vent shafts are how the raptidons are getting out of the lab.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not actually one of them, are you? Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told. I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the work I'm doing here. Suffice it to say that its importance to me, to the colony, is immeasurable. My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless sight. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. I suppose it can't hurt. If I don't get that research back, my life is over. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved... One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good While doing research on enzymes specific to the raptidon's diet... Not just any diet tooth. Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well with... Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious... Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's a shame our mark. Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well... Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to... The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have... The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass... My protege. I sent him to retrieve... That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience. Too many have been lost. Too many black marks. I'll thank you not to mistake my ambition. If my colleagues refuse to take their lives seriously, why should I? All they do is complain. Believe what you will, but I'm not the manipulative ego...
You don't shoot, I won't shoot. Deal? Keep them hands where I can see them. What are you doing out here? I'm doing what I'm paid for, and not a bit beyond that. Name's Lillian. Lady named McCass hired my crew as gun hands. Got left here to watch for Cleo reinforcements. I'm sweaty. I got clawed by one of them monsters. I've been in the dirt all day, and I got bugs in places you don't need to know about. I'm on a fucking break. Got a smoke? Oh, well, figured it couldn't hurt. I've had better. Lost some things in a dust-up. But I didn't get eaten like some of our crew. Got that going for me. Some of them were okay. You don't get too close in this work. And Dylan, well, ain't no one gonna regret his passing. I was near the Raptidon pen when they got loose. Had to set a few to rights. When I got to checking if When I turned about, I seen 2 fine gun hands being snacked on by lizard. This was a Spacer's Choice commemorative case. Some promo for I'd be obliged. Just don't lose any
You. Yeah, you. Get over here. You care to explain what you're doing here? Did you miss the big sign outside? That I am. Name's Porter. If Doc Crane did send you, I'd be glad for the help. Bad news is we haven't been able to clean these outlaws out of the lab. Good news is they haven't been able to escape, neither. For now, I reckon they got no backup. On the other hand, we don't neither. And our mechanicals all went haywire for some damn reason. Damn mechanicals have always been more trouble than they're worth. The garage and the front door are it. These bastards got in through the vent system. They're not getting back out that way without a security key card. They need to take... Why you want to know that? What for? Huh. I'll give you points for brag. Who, me? I'm in charge of site safety engineering. Most days there ain't nothing to hear but wind, bugs, and the buildings. Well, it's not like the rain's coming in the roof. Soap or something? I don't know. Years back they made antibiotics. Oh, the pay ain't much, but it's never been about...
Processing data.
Oh, good. You're not shooting at me. That's a start. It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point. Yes, I have Crane's research. No, I'm not giving it back. Sorry to disappoint you. I suppose it does not matter. Either Crane sent you. Let's make a deal. I'd like to go on living. You'd probably like to make some money. Hell, the first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door. The other way out is through the loading bay. You might be the first stroke of luck I've had all day. Thank you. I'm in your debt. Nothing beyond the purview of a talent. A raptidon is an apex predator, native to the jungles. Oh, for goodness sake. They are just... I do remember one of those How should I know? I left his body where I shot him. The raps took us by surprise, as they would anyone. My crew were split up. You'll need a key card to unlock my door. Take your time. ask what... Sell it, of course. I don't... Assuming I make it out of this place alive. I have been asking myself the same question. We were acting on a good tip. But... From the day we are born, we are made to obey. Corporations expect us to work. No one asks why anymore. The establishment tells us, I am doing this because I can. Because it... I would ask what was on your mind, but the... I've never been so pleased at the sight of an open door. Please tell me you've cleared away. So you have. And now, if you do... Oh, really? And what... I should ask you the same thing. My, that is a handsome prize. Of course. I am, after all, a bandit. Keep your chin up.
Damn turncoat. We saw everything. You must think me a fool. I was watching on this. I reckon we got nothing to say. You got one. Tell your friends there's.
It's you. As if my thoughts weren't dark enough already. What is it? My research? That's... You can't Did you find my call? Well, please keep me... I suppose... Oh, really? Orson? Good. It will keep him from wasting my time. Sounds like he might actually be... I suppose... It's highly illegal to have brought the Raptidons to Terra 2. The research done on... You've not much idea how these things work, do you? Everyone skirts the law looking for an edge, but the I suppose you've earned it. I grew up in a Spacer's Choice township. I'd no desire to spend my life finding better ways to churn up. Toothpaste is about making people's lives... Fear, jealousy, belief in the grand plan...
Seriously, don't get yourself... What about it? An outdoor raptidon. Well, you... What? It's kind...
Investigate.
gonna find you.
Oh, hello. Why'd you... Ah, yes. What a relief. You hold Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. All the more reason I need to keep my discretion. Now, if you wouldn't mind. Now, I'll just attach this here, bit of glue, a little elbow grease. Voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys this...
Searching for unknown.
Seriously, don't get yourself killed. It's a nice cigarette case, but it's... You're shitting me. You ain't so bad. Here's something for the truck. They're a huge pack of assholes.
Yes? Did you find my colleague, Jameson? Jameson. I didn't do right by him, did I? Only cared about how he helped or hurt my research. You understand nothing. Me, at least...
Employee, you have been fined an additional 200 bits for commerce obstruction. Please collect your ticket.
Did you bring me anything? New parts? Last weekend's crossword puzzle? Preferably not already filled out this time. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Employee morale is at an all-time high due to the overwhelming popularity.
was that?
Take him down! Calm down!
Hey, that pad down there.
What do you think you're doing?
Ah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or welcome back, Captain. How can I... Activating contingency plan DN17. Captain is a psychopath. Please use your travel terminal and I should warn you, Captain. Cascadia is an incredibly... Have fun. Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss... Was there another topic? No. I am sure I cannot feel emotions. The memory has merely... It was my fault. I should have predicted the statistical unlikeliness of success of my captain's action. He asked me to trust... Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite... The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created. I have not yet decided if I should I asked once. Alex did not build... Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Cascadia? I don't know if you're extraordinarily brave or slightly suicidal, but Cascadia is one. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're going to drive this colony toward a... You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of... Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram. Come see me in my lab. I'll answer. Best of luck,
Captain, an unusual wavelength is coming through my...
The eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe. A man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs and... When he dies young... coughing up black blood. His part in the grand plan?
That was unexpected. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, by which I mean I have...